they've been chanting here at the Smith Spectrum for the last hour. Some of the students were outside at 1 o'clock this afternoon waiting to get the best spot possible to be able to toss Big Blue up the stands like they're doing right here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Look at USC. Now, they have a number of newcomers, including their new coach, but one of the mainstays is number 55, Omar Orabi, the center from Egypt. Meanwhile, for Utah State, they're as deep can be. But Kyle Davis, who's missed the last 2 years, he's transferred from Southern Utah. He is filling in for the injured Ben Clifford. He may be a surprise for Utah State, getting set for tonight's ball game. Time now for the opening tip, brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go. The officials are ready, so are we. Pete, more than 200 games on CBS Sports Network and CBS, and it all gets underway here tonight. This is a very good non-conference matchup.
Great matchup.
Orabi will jump center against Jared Shaw. Utah State wins the tip. USC comes out man-to-man. They will play a little zone tonight. And we'll see what Andy Enfield's first year at USC will have in store for the Trojans.
Utah State loves to go inside.
And Shaw right off the bat along the baseline over the top of Orabi. And it's 2-0 Utah State. And now we'll see the revamped Trojans. They've got some leadership. Here's JT Terrell. He's one of their leaders from the free throw line. Nothing but net. And he needs to be able to hit that shot for USC to be successful.
He's a volume shooter. He's going to shoot it whether he's hot or cold. If Southern Cal have a chance to win, he's got to play really, really well.
Transfer from Wake Forest. He made 24 starts last year, averaged just under 12 points per game. Here's Medlin. He's a workhorse for Utah State. Now Butterfield. Butterfield, injured last year, was having an exceptional season. And the first steal of the night goes to USC and Pishon Howard, but he's out of bounds, so it remains Utah State ball.
Great effort by Pishon Howard. He dives. Now you're not allowed to call timeout, Tom, in the air. That's a good rule because a lot of players can get hurt trying to do that.
Mitch Henderson, who's the head basketball coach at Princeton University, when he was a player at Princeton, he did that better than anybody else in the country for some of Bill Carmody's great teams. So 2-2, 1 minute gone by here in the first half. USC last year averaged 65.7 points per game. They're hoping for more this year. The shot clock did reset, by the way. Here's Medlin, and the first foul that I called against USC and JT Terrell. Well, Andy Enfield is smart, but he's composed. His shoot-arounds, his practice is very relaxed.
Exactly, very calm. Inside, I'm sure he's churning, but his demeanor is terrific. Very poised, and the team reflects the coach, Tom. This team reflects him.
Well, last year with Florida Gulf Coast, everybody knows what they did. 15 seed getting to the Sweet 16. Butterfield along the three. His shot is no good, but a foul called against Utah State. Well, Stu Morrow 14-1 in season openers, but that's only part of the story for this guy who is a Utah native. He has really found a home, a comfortable home. 16 years now here at Utah State.
Unbelievable job. One of the best coaches in the country, Tom, but people back east in the South and parts of the Midwest don't know what a great coach he is.
Here's Terrell for three, no good, and Shaw pulls down the rebound. Utah State does like to run some set plays, but they'll move it up and down the floor. Davis down low to Shaw. It's going to be a key matchup tonight against Orabi. The turnaround one-hander is good. He has the first 4 points for Utah State.
Utah State loves to pound the ball inside. They really go inside.
Wesley up top, over to Terrell on the far side of the floor. Gavrilovic, who making the start in tonight's ball game. He only played in 6 games last year for USC. Howard for 3, no good. Orabi cleans it up and lays it off the glass.
Got a break. The ball went right to Orabi's feet. Pishon Howard, as you know, Tom, played at Maryland for 3 years. Wasn't a great scorer, but he's steady. He's been in a lot of tough venues, so it's a good plus for USC to have him.
He was able to get a waiver to transfer to USC because his grandmother was ill. His grandmother, who raised him in the Pasadena area. Little zone set up by USC. Andy Enfield said they would do that. Here's Rowland for 3. It's good. former second-team All-American at junior college. And he gives Utah State a 3-point lead, 7-4. And the runner waved off by Byron Wesley. And a foul inside. Here are tonight's Geico difference makers. Take it away, Pete.
Jay Terrell, a guard who started off at Wake Forest, went to junior college, leading returning scorer for USC, very talented. And for Utah State, Jared Shaw, the leading scorer, leading rebounder for Utah State. Really a talented big guy, transferred from Oklahoma State.
Played 26 games as a freshman at Oklahoma State. Off the inbounds, USC with the ball, down by 3. Gavrilovic, his first 3 of the night, it's good. He falls to the floor, no foul is called, and we're even at 7. Gavrilovic from Serbia. His dad Zoran played 10 years in Serbia. He is now the Secretary General of the Serbian Hoops, Professional Hoops League. Here's Shaw from 18, soft touch, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by the freshman Jacobs. Andy Enfield was very excited about Jacobs and what he could provide. Here's Orabi with the turnaround hook shot over the top of Shaw.
Robbie's come a long way, Tom. I saw him when he played at Rice as a freshman. Wasn't that skilled. He's gotten better and better. And if you let him get the ball that deep, he can cause trouble for Utah State.
Well, there's so much that's been made of Andy Enfield's style, the Dunk City style that made Florida Gulf Coast so successful in the postseason last year. Robbie said one of the things he was looking forward to is not scoring as much as it was rebounding, because he felt like he would be an asset on the boards. Jalen Moore, number 14 in the game for the first time for Utah State. Here's Medlin. Nice move. A powerful move cutting to the basket. Preston Medlin is on the Bob Cousy watch list. That ball is out of bounds. Touched last by Utah State. 15:35 to play first half. The first 4.5 minutes back and forth. Everybody kind of feeling each other out here at Utah State. During the course of this season, we're going to emphasize some of the new rules, Pete, that the NCAA is providing, and some of them are significant.
Right, Tom. They're really trying to enforce the old rules. They don't want you to keep a hand constantly on an opponent. You can't do that. Can't put 2 hands on a guy. Automatic foul. You can't continually jab, boom, 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 machine gun. Well, that's a foul. Or an arm ball where you keep your whole forearm on a guy's back. You can't do that. So the referee's going to call a lot tighter. Why? Because the last 4 years, Division I, the scoring went down each year. So they want to react. They want more freedom of movement for the players.
And, of course, the charge rule is being tinkered with, too. That's one that we'll get into, not only during this game, it becomes a factor, but also as the season moves on. 7-7 early going. USC out of the Pac-12. And, of course, Utah State, first year in the Mountain West. Into the ballgame for the first time is Chaz Bryant. Bryant's a sophomore from Oak Park, California. He is wearing number 3 with the headband with the ball.
Little 1-2-2 matchup zone by Utah State.
Here's Jacobs, 5 on the shot clock. And Jacobs out of Las Vegas, they feel like he is comfortable as a freshman, playing with a lot of confidence.
He looked really good, Tom. We saw him at the shoot-around today, and he played great in one of the scrimmages. Had 5 dunks in a scrimmage.
Little 2-3 zone now by USC. Shaw trying to get through it. Jacobs pulls down the rebound. DJ Haley, the transfer from BCU, misdirected that shot. Jovanovic also in the game for the first time. He's another one from Serbia. He's running the baseline right now.
Utah State back to man now.
Butterfield playing defense. Haley with the rebound. Outside the Jacobs. Fresh 35 for USC. They will need to rebound in this style, won't they, Pete?
Yes.
3-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Shaw, his second defensive board of the half. 2-point lead for USC. Here's Rowland open for 3, and it's no good, and the foul will be called on Haley. It's his first foul. Shaw went up for the board, and Haley pushed him from behind.
Nice open look by Rowland. Don't box him out. You have to screen out. That time, DJ Haley waited too long. The last second, he pushed him. He did not use his body.
DJ Haley, the transfer from BCU, he played in the Havoc offense that Shaka Smart instills. They scored 96 points tonight in their opening game, so this up-tempo style is not a big deal at all for him. Terrell checks back in for USC.
Very good athlete, and very bright young man. Got a degree in mechanical engineering.
Into the ballgame for the first time is Danny Berger, number 12. He has a great story, which we'll talk about. Jordan Stone also in. Here's Berger, who last year missed most of the season because he had a heart attack during practice. Shot clock is at 15. Medlin somehow kept his dribble. Here's Davis, shot clock at 10. First shot of the night, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Trojans and JT Terrell. Jazz Bryant leaves it for Terrell, no good. Rolling with the long rebounds. Running the floor with Kyle Davis. Here's Davis. He's able to hesitate for a moment, then lay it in.
This is style that Southern Cal wants, the up-tempo. Usually Utah State wants a medium tempo, Tom. They want to control the pace of the game.
All right, so we're tied at 11. As we said, back and forth we go here in the first half. Jovanovic up top to Jacobs. Entry pass to DJ Haley, back to the basket, trying to force his way into the paint. Jovanovic for three, no good. So USC a little cool from the outside to start this game. And now Utah State trying to capitalize. Rowland got a good screen. Davis had a chance for a three, decided not to take it.
Trying to go to Medlin now. He's their leading scorer. He hasn't scored yet.
Here's Berger, bounce pass, beautifully feed to Stone, who slams it home. Well, it'll get loud, it'll get warm, and from time to time you'll hear some chanting going on here at the Smith Spectrum. Utah State leads it by 2. Jovanovic along the baseline. He's bumped and they'll call a traveling violation. Well, this is good set basketball right here, Pete.
Yep. Nice execution. Big guy came out. Nice bounce pass inside. Excellent execution.
Jordan
That's
Stone.
what they're famous for, Tom. Excuse me. Their execution. They do a great job really moving the ball, sharing it. Teamwork.
Jordan Stone, the junior from Smithfield, Utah, in Skyview High School. Utah State leads it by 2. Marcel Davis in for the first time. That'll be USC ball. So just under 12 left to play here in the first half. As we said, they've been ready for 7 months, like everybody else. Take back your Sundays with fan-focused college, pro, and fantasy football commentary. Don't miss that other pregame show presented by Go to Meeting, Sunday morning at 9 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now, so far the early going, Utah State has a slightly 13-11. Andy Enfield's first year, of course, at USC. Now, this quote came out of one of the USC practices. There's always that rivalry, UCLA. And during practice, Andy Enfield said, "We play up-tempo basketball here. If you want to play slow, go to UCLA." Now, there was a writer from the San Jose Mercury News that was at practice. Andy said, "Well, I didn't mean for that to go national or even get out." But that is his style. And Steve Alford does play an up-tempo style at UCLA. But I would think Andy Enfield's trying to make it a little quicker at USC.
Exactly. Andy wants to get guys, high flyers, great athletes, long and lean, and jump and run and throw alley-oops. He doesn't have that material yet. Has some good players, but he's going to get better players and more athletic guys as time goes on.
One of those players is Jordan McLaughlin, a top 45 recruit out of California who will be with USC next year. In fact, Andy has said, off of a quote from Pat Hayden, his AD, he has said that I can probably recruit just in California and win a national championship.
He feels that because LA is a hotbed for great high school talent.
USC with the ball down by 2.
Utah State's doing a great job changing defenses, Tom, trying to get Southern Cal, new staff, new players out of their rhythm. Don't let them get in sync.
Here's Howard. Shot clock is down to 5. Gives it off to Wesley. His shot is misdirected. Loose ball and a heck of a battle. And it'll be a jump ball. USC's possession with 1 on the shot clock. Well, Pat Hayden had a very successful career as a player, as a broadcaster, now an athletic director at USC. He's done a great job with the athletic program. What he said when hiring Andy Enfield, we wanted up-tempo. Up-tempo matters in Los Angeles.
Entertainment.
Yep.
Entertainment capital of the world. So they want that. They want to have fun. They're competing with the pro sports. UCLA Hollywood.
With one on the shot clock, USC is able to get one off, but not in time. So it'll be Utah State ball. 11:23 to play here in the first half.
That was a quick shot clock, Tom.
Well, one left on the shot clock. You know, as a coach, there isn't a whole lot you can do. Utah State with the ball. Marcel Davis running the point. Davis speeds along the baseline. And a little hand-checking foul called against Pishan Howard.
This is more like it now. And he touched it all. It wasn't last year they wouldn't have called that. Here he grazed him, but slowed down his movement. If you keep your arm on him, Tom, they're going to call it this year. That's the John Adams, head of the officials, is putting a lot of pressure on him to call it in November, December.
And for a lot of the referees, it's kind of a new territory, but an old territory, as Butterfield, with a little teardrop, is able to give Utah State a 4-point lead. Spencer Butterfield, a second-team all-wax selection, hip surgery during the off-season. And another turnover forced by Utah State. Here comes Davis running the floor. Good decision, finds Butterfield in the corner. And again, another runner, no good, but the cleanup is there. It's Jordan Stone with his second bucket of the night. And now a three attempt, and there was a timeout called by Pishan Howard. It's a 6-point Utah State lead. Well, the fan base here in Logan didn't need a whole lot to get involved into this ball game, but a 6-point lead, and this particular cleanup really gets them involved.
Butterfield misses a floater. All the defenders come on him. Nobody boxed out the big guy. Big guy comes flying in. Nice tap inside by the big fella, and a nice basket by Utah State. Jordan Stone, 6'10" junior from Smithfield, Utah.
All right, so Spencer Butterfield has taken the last two shots. Stone, of course, is able to get the bucket on that last one, which was missed, and now has 4 early points. Butterfield, though, is going to be a key if Utah State is going to be successful in the Mountain West. Obviously, the hip injury, which he sustained last year, it hurt Utah State. A number of injuries hurt them, but he needs to be successful for Stu Morrill's team to be successful.
Terrific play. He's their toughest guy. He's a great competitor, hard-nosed, terrific shooter. Yeah, he's a big key. He can play guard or small forward.
Isn't it amazing how many rebounds he gets at 6'3"?
He got 20 in one game last year. 20 rebounds. He's 6'3".
So the two teams combined for 5 turnovers early on. Here's Gorilovich for 3, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Berger. Utah State has a 6-point lead. Running the floor, Butterfield, bounce pass to Davis, who lays it in. Butterfield gets the assist running along the baseline. Tough shot, misdirected, rebound pulled down by Kyle Davis. And now Marcel Davis up the floor from 15, no good. Oh, it is good. Boy, that thudded right off the back of the iron. I thought it was going to fall right off.
That rim was very kind. I think it knew a Utah State guy would shoot the time.
Well, it's a 10-0 run by the Aggies. To play here in the first half. Jumper from the outside for Terrell. That'll quiet them a little bit. A 3-pointer, the second 3 of the night for USC.
He's really streaky. If he gets going, they get a chance to hang around and maybe steal at the end, but he has to play big. He has no conscience. Shooters have to have no conscience.
11 minutes into the first half. Utah State with a 7-point lead. It's a 10-3 run. Running the shot clock down. Berger thought about the 10-footer. Instead, resets the offense with Davis up top. Shot clock down to 5. Davis threw some giants. Tried to knife a pass inside. Cut off by USC. Here comes Terrell. Stepping his way to the basket. Basket's good, and the foul called on Berger. Well, it is an art form, cutting to the basket and taking these kind of strides.
The Southern Cal at their best. Now here's a Euro step. Ginobili does a step across. Thank you. Nice finish. Going to the glass, Tom. Use the glass. JT Terrell. Heck of a player. He loves playing for Andy Enfield.
Well, we asked Andy Enfield if there's certain guys that will thrive in the system. He thought Terrell and Byron Wesley were two guys that would thrive right off the bat in his system. And the three-point play is good. It's a 4-point game.
A 1-2-2, three-quarter court press by Southern Cal. They're doing this now to try to get Utah State out of their rhythm because their offense is running very smoothly, Tom. Probably go back to his zone.
And there they go. They drop down. In years to come, that may be a man-to-man press. Butterfield for three. It's good.
Utah State made 10 threes in their 2 exhibitions, so they can really dial it in from downtown.
Well, they've made 3 so far in this ball game. And the foul will be called on Rowland. No continuation. Chaz Bryant fouled going to the basket.
Foul is on number 20, Rowland. His first 14th foul.
Well, fresh 35. Jacobs off the inbounds. Gorilovich along the baseline. Shot blocked by Davis, but Gorilovich picks it back up. He's trying to get to the cylinder. It's blocked, though, by Shaw. Okay, Gorilovich wanted to try to get that bucket off the glass, and nothing was doing. Butterfield again. Boy, he's got that move pounded. No good. Davis with the rebound, and the shot blocked out of bounds. Well, they're going to call a foul on Jacobs. Davis will get some free throws when we return, but how about Butterfield, Pete?
Way downtown, great shooter, splash. Give him room. He's going to dial it up. Spencer Butterfield from way downtown.
Tomorrow on CBS Sports Network is a full day of college football. First at noon, Western Kentucky takes on Army, followed by Hawaii at Navy. Then at 7, Southern Miss takes on Louisiana Tech. And at 10:30, it's a key game in the Mountain West as San Diego State takes on San Jose State, presented by Pep Boys. That's all tomorrow right here on CBS Sports Network. San Jose State and Utah State, new entries in the Mountain West. 24-17, Utah State's on top. Pete, you said that they're a system team. They help each other get baskets, and they certainly have helped so far.
They have unbelievable teamwork. That's what Stu Morrow's famous for. Here, nice penetrating pitch. Rowland dials it from way downtown. Rowland again. Davis with the finish on the break. Another assist. There's another great execution now. Nice bounce pass into the post. Stone with the finish. So this team really, that's a credit to this man right here. I'm glad I never coached against him, Tom. This guy is a surgeon. He's won 500 and something games. He's really a great coach and a terrific guy. A wonderful credit to the coaching profession.
366 wins here at Utah State. Davis to the free throw line. His first free throw of the night, no good. Kyle Davis, as we mentioned, a transfer from Southern Utah. Second shot is good, so he has 5 early points. Stu Morrill said, we're not sure what we have. We know his best days are ahead of him. Said that physically he's there. Basketball-wise, he's getting there because he took 2 years off.
Exactly. LDS Church Mission.
USC trying to answer. Beautiful runner by Chaz Bryant. He makes it a 25-19 game.
Hanging around. That's all they want to do, Southern Cal. Try within the last 5 minutes, Tom, be within 5 points deficit, get a chance to steal it.
Are you surprised with the scoring so far? I mean, we have a combined 44 points between the two. As Shaw mentioned 46 points between the two.
It's up-tempo. They're pushing it. Once again, Utah State shoots a tremendous percentage. They really execute really well.
There's Bryant again. He's fouled by Rowland. That'll be his second personal foul.
Foul is on Tadell Rowland, his second, 15th foul.
So the 15th foul. Bryant will go to the free throw line for 2. All right, Andy Enfield's team's down 27-19. He'll get free throws here. What are his thoughts, and what will he try to get his team to do to pull even closer?
He's thinking right now, I got to get Utah State out of their offensive rhythm. They're carving us up. They're getting great shots at the basket in the paint. So what he's thinking about, I'm going to press a little bit, maybe go back to the zone. That's what I do. But it's a catch-22 because we said before Utah State knocks down a 3, pretty well. They got 10 threes in their 2 exhibition games, so they got to, once again, they got to get them out of the rhythm, but if they go to the zone, they got to cover the 3, especially with Medellin and Butterfield, the 2 excellent perimeter shooters. I would press, though, Tom. Try to get him out of rhythm. Try to shake him up a little bit.
Asked Andy Enfield if what he's implemented right now is what he will have in the years to come. He said, now he goes, you have to tinker with your offense and the way you play depending on your players. His team is down by 7. They are pressing.
He has some good players, Tom, but he's going to get some real studs in Los Angeles.
Here's Butterfield. It's a tough shot. He let it go as he was coming down over the top of the defender.
He shot 50% from the field last season. He was the second-team all-WAC player, all newcomer on the WAC league also. So, very, very good player.
Butterfield is one of the toughest guys that the Mountain West will have. They say it's because he was an outstanding high school football player. And Shaw with the block. USC gets it back, though. Orabi with the offensive board. He's fouled going up.
Nice drive by Terrell. Jared Shaw is an excellent shot blocker. It's way up, boom. The guy who blocks the shot is not the man guarding the ball. It's a big guy, and he talks him a little bit. Don't take it into my house. We're in Logan, baby. It's not L.A.
Well, here's Orabi, who last year was a 59% free throw shooter.
No, Tom, he only played 14.6 minutes per game last year. And that was at the end of the year. He got pushed in a little bit. So he's got to get his conditioning up. I'm sure it's improved, but I'm sure Andy wants him to run and be able to play 28, 30 minutes.
Stoppage of play. Eric Curry is talking to Andy Enfield. He wants to make sure he has the guys on the floor that he wants. Both free throws are good for Orabi. It's now a 29-22 game, so just a 7-point margin.
If you're Southern Cal, you're happy. You're hanging around, but it's very tenuous now. Can't let Utah State spurt.
There's Jalen Moore inside, fouled, going up by Jovanovic.
Jovanovic, his first 15 foul.
So Jalen Moore will go to the free throw line. He's wearing the face guard because he broke his nose at practice a couple weeks ago. It's always something that's difficult to get used to. Freshman out of Smithfield, Utah.
His dad works at the school. His dad, Jimmy Moore, played at Utah State, was one of the top players in Utah State basketball history. Now he works in the compliance department at Utah State.
Well, last year during the state tournament, he helped his team, Skyview High School, advance to the championship and eventually win the state championship. It was at Weber State. He hit a 3/4 court shot to win the semifinal contest.
Unbelievable. Southern Cal's got to knock down threes, Tom. Chance to win a 2 for 8.
Well, they're drawing fouls right now. The basket is good for Byron Wesley, and he's fouled by Jalen Moore. So he'll go to the line and to finish on a 3-point play.
Wesley, nice penetration. Going against a freshman. He's a junior going against a freshman, so a little too quick for Jalen Moore.
Byron Wesley making his 64th start in a USC uniform. And he converts the 3-point play, so 31-25 with 5.5 to play here in the first half.
If you're Andy Enfield, you're thrilled because the tempo, the crowd is not going crazy. The tempo is quick, but it's not out of hand, so doing a nice job. And they're making it free throws time.
So USC in the bonus. The possession now belongs to Utah State. That foul goes against Orabi.
His first 6th team foul.
Utah State really wants to get it inside. Nice bounce pass into the post. Orabi was late getting over on Shaw, so he just kind of wiped the guy out. Omar, can't do that, Bubby. Can't do that.
So a fresh 35 for Utah State. There's Marcel Davis, the kick outside, and the 3 is no good. Preston Medlin hasn't gotten going yet for Utah State, but they have a 6-point lead. Nice move, a little hesitation. Orabi with the clean off the glass. Now it's a 4-point ball game.
Nice job by USC, their second shots, Tom, their offensive rebounding helped them.
Well, you see both teams with 10 rebounds. Butterfield with 3. That's his second jumper. They're calling it a 2, but it's a 33-27 lead for Utah State. Jacobs back in for USC. Along the perimeter, here's Howard toward the basket, loses control, gets it back. Jacobs heads to the hoop, leaves it for Arabi. It's knocked away. Picked up by Utah State, running the floor. Marcel Davis leaves it outside. Here's Medlin for 3.
Medlin, very emotional. Look at him. Very emotional. He's fired up. The crowd gets him going.
Well, he came into this ballgame 30 points away from reaching 1,000 for his career. Stu Morrill has so much depth with this year's team, and they finally get Medlin into the mix.
Nice pass by Marcel Davis. Medlin had plenty of time. Good, but look at him. He's fired up. He gets juiced. He loves the crowd. He's happy to be back.
Well, last year, Pete, Utah State was plagued with one injury after another. From Berger's heart condition to Butterfield with his bad hip, and of course Preston Medlin, who fractured his wrist and missed the last 15 games for Utah State. Huge losses for Stu Morrill in his trek through the WAC, and he just didn't have enough to get to the NCAA tournament.
Exactly, and they lost another, their only senior, Reed, tore his knee up on January 17th against New Mexico State, same night that Medlin broke his wrist. So it was a tough night, but they still won 21 games, Tom. That's amazing.
Some fast break points, not too many for both teams. Here's Terrell for 3, no good. Rebound is run out and picked up by USC. Excellent hustle. Jacobs to the basket, shot no good, and the cleanup with two-handed slam by JT Terrell.
Offensive rebound, keeping them in the game. They're getting second shots. Utah State's got to do a better job screening out, putting their body on somebody.
3:45 and counting to play here in the first half. Opening night here on CBS Sports Network. Utah State and USC, the Pac-12 against the Mountain West. Berger resets the offense, shot clock at 10. Here's Berger, gets some freedom for 3, no good. And USC with the rebound. Wesley up the floor for Terrell, into the paint, left hand, good. What a finger roll.
Great shot. He started his career at Wake Forest. Dino Gaudio was my former assistant, recruited him, didn't coach him. Dino left junior college for a year. Now it's his second year at Southern Cal, and he's really adopting well to Andy Enfield's system.
Out of Burlington, North Carolina, out of West Charlotte High School. And Moore was left wide open underneath, could not convert. And here come the Trojans, down by 5.
Giant possession right now, Tom. They got to get a good shot. You're a Trojan fan.
Well, they're going to have some substitutions in a moment. Chaz Bryan's at the scorer's table, along with DJ Haley. And Utah State forces the turnover. Here's Berger. A little give and go with Davis, who lays it in.
That's a freshman, Julian Jacobs, trying to split the double team and dribble off his foot. Turnover.
Jacobs with the ball, back up top, gives it to Wesley. Wesley, right side to Jacobs for 3, no good. But the long rebound is saved by Howard. So fresh 35, under 2 minutes to play.
I get the ball to JT Terrell. He's hot, he wants the ball, get him the basketball.
You're surprised they haven't got more inside to Arabi. There's the alley-oop, and there you go. JT Terrell on the baseline.
Dunk City, bringing it to LA. Can't use the term now. Florida Gulf Coast wants to keep Dunk City, so we got to Dunk Andy, we'll call it. Dunk Andy.
Yeah, he's going to have to come up with something a little, something new. Here's Medlin again for 3, no good. Berger with the rebound, and reverse layup is good. So Berger gives Utah State a 7-point lead. The points in the paint, it's the Aggies who have the advantage by 4. Howard for 3, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Berger. A timeout called by Stu Morrill. Well, they're not sure what the term is going to be But obviously, Andy Enfield would like to see a little bit more of this if it's there. A little alley-oop.
Nice alley-oop pass. Terrell is a spectacular athlete. Got 14 points right now. He's really doing a great job. Nice back screen of just eye contact. A heck of a pass. Nice finish.
All right, so 1:15 to play here in the first half. Utah State leads it 40-33. You see Andy Enfield going over some things with his team. Stu Morrill called the timeout because he hadn't used one here in the first half. Give me a little insight on what both coaches are thinking with this last 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Well, Stu Morrill saying, hey, we got to control the dribble penetration. They're beating us off the bounce. Get in front of those guys. And Andy's saying, hey, keep the ball out of the low post. The ball's going inside too much. So both coaches have a problem. Right now, Utah State can't guard the dribble penetration, and Southern Cal can't guard the inside play of Utah State.
All right, coming up at AT&T at the half, Brent Stover and John Rothstein will preview the upcoming season. John has a great all-access interview with Andy Enfield. He went to the USC campus at a cool sit-down where they talked about a number of things, including the traffic out in Southern California. That's coming up on AT&T at the half. Here's Berger to the basket. His reverse is no good. Haley with the rebound and the foul called on Jared Shaw. 54.9 to play here in the first half. DJ Haley will have a free throw, maybe two, when we return. Coming up again at AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, John Rothstein will preview the upcoming NCAA college basketball season. And John has an all-access interview with USC coach Andy Enfield. That and more coming up on AT&T at the half. Now, Pete, they may not talk a whole lot about Florida Gulf Coast and what they did last year. Utah State down by, or up by 7. But here's what Florida Gulf Coast, just to refresh everybody's memory, what they did last year in the NCAA tournament. It was an unbelievable run. They were the number 15 seed. Second round, they defeated number 2 Georgetown, 78-68, and they did it with confidence. Then they defeated San Diego State by 10. They wound up losing to Florida 62-50 in the regional semifinal. Andy Enfield said, listen, we didn't go into the tournament looking to surprise or do any of the things that we did. It just so happened that we hit a spurt of success.
Play with confidence, and the coach has a lot of poise. Talking to him today, Tom, right? Very poised, very confident, not cocky, but, you know, nice calm about it. And a team reflects the players, you know what I mean? So the team reflects the coach. So right now, this team is in a tough environment. It's hanging around right now.
Well, DJ Haley will go to the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity. And Haley does not convert. The rebound is pulled down by Stone. 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Marcel Davis, and a hand-checking foul called against USC. Well, Utah State is shooting 61% from the floor in this first half.
You know, execution. Stu Morrill does a wonderful job with his offense executing, sharing the basketball. Tremendous coach, one of the best coaches in the country. And he's a coach's coach, Tom. You just love playing for him if you're a player. And he's tough on him, but he's fair.
Brendan Taylor checks in for the first time for USC. Where's number 15? Also into the ball game is Byron Wesley. And now Marcel Davis goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Marcel was a 66% free throw shooter last year. And he misses the front end. Stone, though, runs down the rebound and then kicks it out of bounds. Well, Jordan Stone's had himself a pretty active first half.
Good hustle by the big guy. Real big possession now for USC, Tom. I would run the clock, try to get a shot in the last 4 or 5 seconds with the shot clock. Try not to let Utah State end with a basket.
Well, they have Chaz Bryant running the point. Byron Wesley is in the ball game along with Keyshawn Howard, Orabi, and JT Terrell. And the shot off the glass by Wesley is no good, and Utah State will have the last possession of the first half. Shot clock is off. Game clock is winding down. Utah State will run it down, won't they?
Definitely. We'll take a shot with about 4 or 5 seconds to go.
Here's Marcel Davis, 7 on the game clock. Down Out of Medlin, fall away three, no good. Davis picks it up, his shot is blocked by Howard, and that will conclude the first half here at Utah State. Utah State leads it 40-33. Andy Enfield's team within reach, but Stu Morrill's squad shooting lights out. They're right around 60% in this first half. And we said the first few minutes, both coaches and both teams kind of feeling each other out and trying to establish their presence. We had a pretty entertaining first half, to say the least. Both coaches also having a word with the officials before they go into the halftime locker room.
Yeah, well, Stu Morrill saw Andy go at him, so he wanted an equal time.
All right, Andy Enfield joins us now as he goes into the locker room. Stu Morrill joins us now as he goes into the locker room. Stu, your impressions of the first half, how well your team distributed the ball?
Well, we're doing some good things. We're really having trouble keeping them off the glass. As we feared, they are trying to drive by us a lot. We have to help, and we can't get guys blocked off as well as we'd like. But, you know, we've got some good offensive players, and we've shared the ball pretty well, and that's got us a halftime lead. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Stu, you're doing a great job getting the ball inside. You feel you can do that in the second half?
Jarrett Shaw can score down there. You know, he got in a little bit of foul trouble, and you know, we've got to get him the ball because he can score at the block and he can score facing up. So, you know, that's the guy we got to get it to.
All right, Stu, thanks. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stu Morrill, the head coach of Utah State. His team leads it by 7. They've been able to distribute a number of different things. AT&T at the half coming up after this. USC trying to find a little rhythm offensively. But Utah State, they are using everyone to get into the mix.